Have you ever felt trapped in the whirlwind of your own emotions? Anger, fear, sadness, or frustration can grip us tightly, steering our thoughts and actions away from where we wish to be. But what if you could master this storm within navigating life's challenges with calm and unshakable resolve? Imagine facing adversity without being overwhelmed, holding steady even when the world around you shakes for centuries. Stoic philosophy has offered a path to this inner mastery. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, believed that true strength doesn't lie in controlling the external world, but in mastering our internal reactions. Their teachings remain as relevant today as they were in ancient Rome. In this video, we'll uncover 7 Stoic secrets that will empower you to take charge of your emotions, leading you toward lasting peace and resilience. Each principle builds upon the last, culminating in a mindset that can transform the way you experience life. Stay with us until the end, where we'll reveal one of the most powerful Stoic techniques for emotional mastery. It's a simple yet profound practice that can change your life. Let's begin this transformative journey together. 1. Understand the nature of one. Understand the nature of control. What truly lies within your control? This question is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, reminds us some things are up to us, and some things are not. It's a deceptively simple statement, yet its implications are profound. Consider the daily frustrations you encounter, a delayed flight, an unexpected criticism, or even the weather. These are all beyond your influence. Yet how often do we let these uncontrollable events dictate our emotional state? The Stoic approach teaches us to draw a clear line between what we can change and what we cannot. Our thoughts, choices, and actions, these belong to us. Everything else lies beyond our grasp. Why do we suffer? Much of our emotional turmoil stems from the futile attempt to control the uncontrollable. When we tie our happiness to outcomes or other people's behavior, we surrender our peace to forces outside ourselves. Epictetus offers a liberating perspective. Focus only on what is within your power. Imagine a scenario: you work tirelessly on a project, but your efforts go unrecognized. Disappointment looms, yet by embracing Stoicism, you shift your focus. Did you act with integrity? Did you give your best effort? If so, you have succeeded in what matters most. Recognition is outside your control. This shift in focus is not about apathy, it's about empowerment. By investing energy in our responses rather than external events, we reclaim our emotional freedom. Think about it. How much lighter would you feel if you stopped trying to control the uncontrollable? But how do we apply this in daily life? Start by observing your reactions when faced with frustration. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it isn't, let it go. Redirect your energy toward what you can influence over time. This practice becomes second nature, allowing you to remain calm amidst life's uncertainties. This principle of control forms the foundation of emotional mastery. By understanding what is truly ours to command, we take the first step toward freedom from unnecessary suffering. In the next section, we'll explore how to use the powerful pause to transform impulsive reactions into thoughtful responses. Stay with us as we dive deeper into the Stoic toolkit for mastering your emotions. 2. Pause before reacting. Reacting. In the heat of the moment, how often do we find ourselves saying or doing things we later regret? Anger flares, words fly, and before we know it, we've acted impulsively. Yet the Stoics remind us that between every stimulus of and response lies a powerful opportunity. The pause. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most revered thinkers, observed, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." This simple yet profound insight emphasizes the strength found in self-control when faced with a triggering event. Our instinct is often to react immediately, but Stoicism teaches us to harness the space between what happens and how we respond. This moment, though fleeting, holds the potential to transform our emotional reactions into deliberate actions. How can we seize this moment? Consider this scenario. A colleague criticizes your work in a harsh tone. Your initial impulse might be to snap back, defending yourself or retaliating with equal harshness. But instead, you take a breath. You pause. In this brief stillness, you reflect, will responding in anger help this situation? Will it align with the person I strive to be? This pause, no matter how short, creates a critical distance between you and your emotional impulse. It allows you to choose a response rooted in wisdom rather than reactivity. You might decide to calmly address the feedback, or you may choose to let it pass without engagement. Either way, you've maintained your composure and integrity. The power of the poor extends beyond moments of conflict. It applies to any situation where strong emotions arise: fear, frustration, even excitement. The Stoics saw emotions as natural, but they believed we should guide them rather than be guided by them. Pausing gives us the reins, allowing us to steer our emotions toward constructive outcomes. How can you cultivate this practice in your life? Begin by becoming more aware of your emotional triggers. When you feel the surge of emotion, whether it's irritation in traffic or anxiety before a presentation, acknowledge it, then take a slow, deliberate breath. This simple act anchors you in the present moment, offering clarity and perspective with time and practice. The pause becomes a habit, a natural part of your emotional toolkit. You'll find yourself less reactive, more composed, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. This practice doesn't just improve your emotional state, it enhances your relationships, decision-making, and overall sense of peace. At this point, I'd like to invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever regretted an impulsive reaction? How might your life improve if you embraced the power of the pause? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights could inspire others on their journey toward emotional mastery. If you're finding value in this exploration of Stoicism, give this video a like. It not only supports our work, but also helps spread these timeless teachings to those who might benefit. Let's continue building a community dedicated to growth and resilience. In the next section, we'll uncover the Stoic principle that shifts our entire perspective on emotions, revealing how our thoughts shape our reality. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the transformative wisdom of Stoicism. 3 perception shapes. 3. Perception shapes. Emotion. Why do two people faced with the same event often react so differently? One might remain calm, while the other spirals into frustration or despair. The Stoics would tell us that it's not the event itself that causes our emotions, but how we perceive it. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations writes, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This simple yet profound idea reveals that our emotions are not dictated by external circumstances, but by our inner interpretations. Consider this. You're stuck in traffic late for an important meeting. One person might fume with anger, thinking this is unfair. My whole day is ruined. Another might accept the situation, thinking this delay is beyond my control. I'll use this time to practice patience or listen to something uplifting. The event, the traffic jam, remains the same. The emotional experience, however, is vastly different. This principle is central to Stoicism. The Stoics teach us that our thoughts and judgments are the true architects of our emotional state. When we interpret a situation as catastrophic, our emotions will follow suit. But when we learn to see events more objectively, we gain the power to shape our emotional responses. How often do we let negative perceptions color our reality? A friend forgets to call, and we immediately think they don't care about me. We make a mistake at work and tell ourselves, I'm a failure. These judgments left unchecked can lead to feelings of anger, sadness, or anxiety. But what if we challenge these thoughts? The Stoics encourage us to pause and question our initial interpretation. Is this situation truly as bad as I perceive it to be? Am I making assumptions that might not be accurate? By reframing our thoughts, we can change our emotional response. Instead of viewing a friend's missed call as a sign of indifference, we might consider that they were busy or simply forgot. Instead of labeling ourselves as failures after a mistake, we might see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Let's put this into practice. The next time you feel overwhelmed by emotion, try this exercise. Identify the event that triggered your feelings. Examine the thoughts and judgments you've attached to it. Ask yourself, are these thoughts helping me? Are they based on fact or assumption? Reframe the situation with a more balanced perspective. By consistently applying this approach,
begin to see a shift in your emotional landscape. You'll find that many situations are not as dire as your emotions initially suggest. This newfound clarity allows you to respond with calmness and wisdom rather than being swept away by impulsive reactions. But what about situations that genuinely challenge us? Even then, the Stoic principle of perception offers a way forward. Rather than seeing obstacles as insurmountable, we can view them as opportunities for growth. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the imped to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This shift in perspective is transformative. It empowers us to face life's difficulties with resilience and confidence, knowing that our emotions are shaped not by the world, but by our thoughts about it. And
The next section will explore the power of gratitude and how it can help us master our emotions by shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. Stay with us as we continue this transformative exploration of Stoicism. 4. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude in our constant pursuit of more success, more recognition, more possessions. How often do we pause to appreciate what we already have? The Stoics believed that gratitude is a cornerstone of emotional mastery. Epictetus once said he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he is not, but rejoices for those which he has. This wisdom reminds us that contentment is not found in acquiring more, but in recognizing the value of what we already possess. Why is gratitude so powerful at its core? Gratitude shifts our focus. Instead of fixating on what's missing or what's gone wrong, it directs our attention to what's present and what's good. This shift in perspective can transform our emotional state, moving us from a place of frustration or envy to one of peace and appreciation. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed by negative emotions. Perhaps you were envious of someone else's success or frustrated by a setback in your own life. In those moments, did you pause to consider what you already have? Gratitude allows us to see beyond the immediate challenges, helping us to recognize the abundance that surrounds us even in difficult times. How can we practice gratitude in our daily lives? One effective method is to keep a gratitude journal each day. Take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be monumental achievements. They can be as simple as a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a quiet moment of reflection. Over time, this practice trains your mind to seek out the positive. Even when life feels overwhelming, gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's hardships. The Stoics were not blind to suffering. They faced it head on, but they also recognized that even in adversity, there is much to be thankful for. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the transience of life, urging himself to appreciate the present moment. In doing so, he found strength and clarity, even amidst the challenges of leading an empire. Consider this. When was the last time you truly appreciated something in your life without taking it for granted? Perhaps it was your health, your relationships, or even the simple fact that you woke up to another day. The Stoics teach us that by focusing on these blessings, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace that is not easily shaken by external events. Gratitude also helps us put our struggles into perspective. Imagine facing a difficult situation, a job loss, a personal failure, or a conflict with a loved one. While these challenges are real and often painful, practicing gratitude can remind us that they do not define our entire existence. We still have other sources of support, joy, and meaning in our lives. As we practice gratitude, we also become more resilient. We learn to navigate life's ups and downs with a steady mind, knowing that our emotional well-being is not solely dependent on external circumstances. This resilience is a hallmark of Stoicism, helping us to endure hardships without losing sight of the good. In the next section, we'll dive into a powerful Stoic practice called premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. This technique may seem counterintuitive, but it holds the key to building emotional resilience and preparing for life's uncertainties. Stay with us as we uncover this next transformative principle. 5. Practice negative visualization. 5. Practice negative visualization. At first glance, the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization, might seem counterintuitive. Why would anyone deliberately imagine worst-case scenarios? Isn't it more uplifting to focus on positive outcomes?
Yet the Stoics saw great wisdom in mentally preparing for life's challenges. Seneca, in his characteristic insight, said, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." This practice isn't about dwelling on negativity, but about building emotional fortitude. Life is unpredictable despite our best efforts. We cannot eliminate uncertainty. Loved ones fall ill, plans unravel, and unexpected hardships arise. How do we brace ourselves for these inevitable storms? Negative visualization offers a solution by envisioning possible adversities. We diminish their power to shock or destabilize us when they occur. It's not about expecting the worst, but preparing ourselves to face it with calm and resilience. Consider an example: you're about to give an important presentation. Instead of solely visualizing a flawless performance, take a moment to imagine potential setbacks. What if you forget your key points? What if the audience seems engaged by acknowledging these possibilities? You prepare yourself emotionally. If things
do go awry, you're less likely to be caught off guard. You've already rehearsed how to handle such scenarios, and this foresight allows you to stay composed. Negative visualization also helps us appreciate what we have when we contemplate the loss of something, a job, a relationship, or even our health. We gain a deeper sense of gratitude for its current presence in our lives. This dual benefit of preparation and appreciation makes premeditatio malorum a cornerstone of Stoicism. How can you incorporate this practice into your daily routine? Begin by dedicating a few minutes each day to reflect on potential challenges. Imagine situations that could go wrong and consider how you would respond. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? How would I cope if it did? What steps can I take now to mitigate potential risks, far from being a pessimistic exercise? This reflection empowers you to face life's uncertainties with confidence. It cultivates a mindset that is both realistic and resilient, helping you remain steady in the face of adversity. Now I'd like to invite you to share your thoughts. Have you ever tried negative visualization? How did it impact your ability to handle difficult situations? Let us know in the comments below. And if this principle resonates with you, give this video a like. It helps us share the wisdom of Stoicism with more people. Seeking inner strength. In the next section, we'll explore the Stoic art of detachment, learning to let go of what we cannot control. This practice is essential for finding peace amidst life's chaos. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this transformative philosophy. 6.6. Embrace flexibility and growth through adversity. Embrace flexibility and growth through adversity. What happens when life doesn't go as planned? Do you resist clinging to how things should be, or do you adapt, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth? The Stoics remind us that life's trials are not barriers, but stepping stones. As Seneca famously said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This perspective encourages us to embrace adversity with an open mind, recognizing its potential to shape us into stronger, wiser individuals. Fear often arises when we encounter the unknown, whether it's the fear of failure, rejection, or loss. These emotions can paralyze us, but Stoicism offers a powerful antidote: flexibility. By shifting our mindset, we can transform fear from a source of paralysis into a catalyst for growth. Let's consider a common fear. Public speaking. Many dread standing in front of an audience, fearing judgment or mistakes. But instead of avoiding this fear, Stoicism encourages us to face it head-on. Each speech becomes an opportunity to hone our skills, build confidence, and grow beyond our perceived limitations. The discomfort we feel is a sign that we're pushing our boundaries, stepping closer to our potential. This principle applies to all areas of life. When we encounter setbacks, a failed project, a broken relationship, or an unexpected challenge, we can choose how to respond. Will we see these events as insurmountable obstacles, or as opportunities to learn and improve? The Stoic path urges us to adapt, to remain flexible in our thinking and actions. How do we cultivate this mindset? Start by reframing your fears. Ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen? Often, you'll find that the reality is not as daunting as it seems. Next, consider what you could learn from the experience, even if the outcome isn't ideal. This shift in perspective turns fear into a teacher, guiding you toward personal growth. Adversity is not something to be avoided, It's an inevitable part of life. But with the Stoic approach, you can navigate these challenges with resilience and grace. Each difficulty becomes an opportunity to refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. In the next section, we'll uncover the ultimate Stoic secret for emotional mastery: learning to let go of what we cannot control. This practice is the key to lasting peace and freedom. Stay with us as we continue this journey through the transformative wisdom of Stoicism. 7. Detach from what you 7. Detach from what you cannot control. Cannot control. How much of your suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable? The Stoics understood that one of life's greatest sources of frustration and emotional turmoil lies in our futile attempts to manage things beyond our reach. Epictetus wisely observed, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." This simple truth, once fully embraced, can liberate us from a significant portion of our inner conflict. Imagine worrying about the outcome of a job interview you've prepared thoroughly, but the decision is ultimately in the hands of the interviewer. Or consider a relationship. No matter how much effort you put in, you cannot control how the other person feels or behaves. In both cases, clinging to the desire for a specific outcome only magnifies anxiety and disappointment. The Stoic approach is clear focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. What then is within your control? Your thoughts, your actions, your choices. These are your domain. The opinions of others, external circumstances, and the ultimate outcomes of your efforts, these lie beyond your influence. When we learn to detach from what we cannot control, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. This detachment is not about indifference or passivity. Rather, it's about directing our energy wisely. It allows us to engage fully in the present moment, to give our best effort without being weighed down by the fear of failure or rejection. How can we practice this? Detachment. Start by identifying the areas in your life where you feel most anxious or stressed. Ask yourself, am I trying to control something that is beyond my influence? If the answer is yes, remind yourself that your role is not to guarantee outcomes, but to act with integrity and wisdom in the process. Consider the example of dealing with criticism. You cannot control whether someone criticizes you, but you can control how you respond. Instead of reacting defensively or internalizing their words, you might choose to reflect calmly and decide whether their feedback holds any merit. In doing so, you maintain your composure and protect your emotional well-being. This principle of detachment also applies to our broader outlook on life. The Stoics recognized that much of what happens is governed by fate, natural events, societal changes, even life and death. By accepting this reality, we can approach life's uncertainties with equanimity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. As we've journeyed through the conclusion, the path to emotional mastery, Stoic principles, one truth becomes clear. Mastering our emotions is not about suppressing them, but about understanding and guiding them. Life will continue to challenge us with storms of uncertainty, fear, and adversity. But with the wisdom of Stoicism as our compass, we can navigate these storms with calm and resilience. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies not in avoiding life's difficulties, but in how we respond to them. By focusing on what we can control, pausing before reacting, reshaping our perceptions, cultivating gratitude, and embracing adversity, we build a foundation of inner strength. Each practice reinforces the next, creating a mindset that is both resilient and unshakable. Now we turn to you. Which of these Stoic principles resonates most with your current journey? How have you applied these teachings in your life? Or how do you plan to start? Share your reflections in the comments. Your experiences could inspire others on their path to emotional mastery. If you found value in this exploration of Stoicism, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more insights into living a life of wisdom and resilience, and don't forget to share this video with anyone who might benefit from these timeless teachings.